I'm Lise Dominique with FM News 101.1. I'm here today at the Chicago Botanic Garden in Glencoe, a mecca for anyone who loves plants and flowers, and my job for the day is to be a horticulturist. So I have just met up with Tom Soulsby, who is a horticulturist here at the Chicago Botanic Garden. We're going to go around and we're going to prune stuff and get our hands dirty, and I'm already equipped with my gloves. All right, so Tom, tell me some of the things that we're seeing as we're going along the way. Now, what garden is this that we're in right now?
This is the Heritage Garden, and right now we're looking at the end of our spring display. We're getting ready to change out into summer. Big order of perennials just came in for this particular garden bed, so we're going to plant some hellebores right here. And they're typically a spring blooming flower. We're going to plant them now, let them get established, and the next spring they're going to put on a wonderful flower show very early, February, March.
All right, let's get to it.
All right. So it's really simple. They're kind of placed exactly where we want to put them into the ground, so that makes it pretty easy. I would typically look for is if, you see there's a nice little mass of roots down here at the bottom, but if this whole thing were sort of matted all the way around from top to bottom, you know, I would consider that a little too root bound to put in. And what I would simply do then is try to break it apart just a little bit.
Okay.
That'll help them get into the ground. So again, we're planting them now. They're not going to bloom this year, but they'll be something that will get established, you know, make nice plants, and then next spring we'll have a nice floral display out of it. So that looks pretty good. It's not too big of a hole. You know, you have enough room to get it in there and to maneuver it around. Gently push along the roots. You want to have good soil contact. These will get put into the ground today. We'll water them as soon as they're all in. Maybe in a week or so we'll give them a little bit of fertilizer if we think that that's necessary. We do a lot of pruning all times of the year, from winter to spring to summer. We're always pruning something.
Okay, you know what? Let's get all these into the ground real fast, and then let's go do some pruning.
All right, fantastic.
Okay, so we got all those hellebores?
Hellebores, yes.
We got all those hellebores planted, and now what are we going to go do?
We're going to go take care of some of the troughs that we were talking about before. It's time to do some deadheading, which is a special kind of pruning to take off spent flowers and leaves.
Deadheading. I wouldn't have thought that's what it was. Let's go.
All right. What deadheading is simply taking off yellow leaves or brown leaves or flowers that have begun to fade. So there you see here, you know, as flowers age, they start to go to seed. When it starts getting a little warmer, a lot of cool season spring annuals start to, you know, they just don't enjoy the warmer temperature.
When do you know that it's time to deadhead a bulb?
Two things really. One is if it isn't attractive anymore. That's really one of the telling signs is your own personal aesthetic. Okay.
Yeah.
The other is sort of what we just did. If the petals start easily falling off, or if you give it a quick shake and they all fall to the ground, that's a perfect time that it's time to take off the flower stem.
Keep this though, because doesn't it have to provide nutrition, or? You
know, that's a great question. And the part that you want to keep actually are the leaves that are coming out of the ground. What that's going to do, it's going to continue to photosynthesize, create energy, put it back into the bulb so it'll come back again next spring. While you're working down here, you'll see there's yellow leaves too, and those are also good things. Good things to take off, because
pop that puppy out.
Yep. Not only are they not attractive, but leaves that are yellow are dying, and that means they could be attracting diseases or pests to the container here, which is something that we absolutely don't want to have. If we had done this 2 weeks ago, you would have a whole set of flowers like this today. Oh. Yep. So it will bounce back. Earlier in the spring, it would bounce back very quickly.
All right, I gave it a really bad haircut, but you think that'll work?
I think it will be perfect. Yes, you did a great job.
Okay.
Why don't we go over to the rose garden, and actually, we don't have very many blooms right now, but we do need to do some pruning over there. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. All right, we're walking into the rose garden, and one of the important things about dealing with roses is that we have to keep them well pruned so that they stay healthy and that they keep generating new stems and, more importantly, new flower buds. So let's take a walk back here and let's see what we can find. At this time of the year, what I'm really looking for in the rose garden is you know, things that don't look like they're alive. So you see that there's some stems that are brown, and that typically happens with most roses in the winter. You'll see some mild amounts of dieback, and what we want to do is, first of all, identify a part that's brown, right? And then we want to cut well below that brown part, because what could happen is there might still be, you know, some dead tissue that's, even though it's green here, it, you know, you don't know for sure what's in there. So you want to cut well below. You want to find the next sort of stem that's sticking out there and just do a nice little 45-degree cut.
Like that?
There you go.
Is that right?
Fantastic. Yep, you did it.
All right, so this goes into the compost leaf pile.
We'll put this in our bucket and take it to the compost
now,
leaf pile. Yeah.
The thing is, if this has got disease though, won't this spread disease to your compost?
That's a great question. Compost, if it's done properly, actually heats up to over 160 degrees Fahrenheit, and it cooks all of those diseases or bugs or whatever might be in the plant materials that they put in there. So once it's fully been composted, no problems at all putting it back on your garden.
Thank you so very much for allowing me to be a horticulturist for a day.
No problem, you did a great job.
I know this is only just the tip of what you do, but
sure.
I got to do the fun stuff, right?
Right, exactly. Yep. Come back for more. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And that's it. Horticulturist for a day. I kind of got my hands a little dirty, and that's all right, but I did some fun things and I learned an awful lot. And now, since it's a gorgeous day in May, I think I'm going to go to the garden center and I'm going to plant a whole bunch of stuff. I'm a member